Mate, some explosive news about Rangers has come out in the last 24 hours. Gary Lineker instantly agrees after new Micah Richards verdict on Rangers. Philippe Clement gets cash for Rangers signings in January after John Gilligan commits. Malmo Security chiefs on Rangers red alert as fans of bitter rivals snap up tickets for high-risk Europa League clash. Andrew McKinley on Rangers CEO links as Hearts chief makes Lawrence Shankland confession. Chris Boyd hails unbelievable Rangers signing but not convinced about £1.5 million man yet. Craig Bellamy speaks with Tom Lawrence over Wales' return for Rangers man. Stay until the end to hear all about the controversies and leave your comment about what you think of the news, all right? We are the people. Micah Richards and Gary Lineker are having a bit of a laugh, aren't they? Suggesting Aberdeen could challenge Rangers and Celtic for the title this season. I mean, we've seen some surprises in football, but this might be stretching it a bit far, don't you think? Yes, Aberdeen have started the season strong, joint on points with Celtic and all that, but let's not get carried away just yet. The last time Aberdeen won the title was back in 1985 when Sir Alex Ferguson was their gaffer. And the chances of them pulling something like that off again seem as slim as finding a Dundee United fan singing Follow Follow on Copland Road. Richards makes a good point about confidence, though. Winning breeds winning, and Aberdeen have definitely found a bit of form. But while they've had a good start, the real test will come when they face either of the old firm sides in October. If they can keep it up through those clashes, then maybe, just maybe, they can cause some chaos in the title race. That said, Philippe Clement and the boys will be keeping a close eye on Aberdeen. But let's be real. Rangers will be more focused on closing the gap with them lot across the city. And while an Aberdeen fairy tale would make the league more refreshing, as Lineker said, we Rangers fans would much rather see our lot lifting that title at the end of the season. If Aberdeen want to throw their hat into the ring, good luck to them. But I reckon Clement's lads will have something to say about it. Philippe Clement looks like he'll be getting a bit of a New Year's gift in the form of some transfer cash in January, which is music to the ears of most Rangers fans. With John Gilligan stepping in as interim chairman after John Bennett's exit, it's reassuring to know the club isn't completely tightening the purse strings, especially after a summer where the manager had to sell before he could buy. Now, the summer window wasn't exactly a shopping spree, was it? Sure, there was a bit of money spent, around £4.5 million on Mohamed Diomande, £3.5 million on Nedim Badrami, and some smaller fees for Robin Proper, Hamza Igamane, and Jefti. But it's clear Clement wasn't exactly flush with cash, especially compared to our rivals over in the East End of Glasgow, who are making Champions League money hand over fist. Gilligan's comments that Clement will have backing in January, even without having to sell players, will be a welcome relief. The sell-to-buy model isn't dead, but at least it sounds like it won't be as restrictive this time. There's definitely work to be done to bolster the squad, and 3 months is a long time to wait, especially when players like Proper and Badrami haven't exactly hit the ground running. But until that window opens, Clement's got to work with what he has. There's no point looking too far ahead if we can't improve the performances on the pitch in the meantime. By the time January rolls around, the manager will need to have a clear idea of where the squad's lacking, and more importantly, how to make the most of the funds that will, hopefully, be made available. Let's hope this time around any signings brought in can make a more immediate impact, because while the summer additions show promise, the fans will be expecting some proper returns on the investment in the months to come. It looks like things are heating up ahead of Rangers' Europa League clash with Malmo, and not just on the pitch. The Swedish club's security team has already flagged this one as high risk due to some cheeky involvement from fans of Helsingborg's, Malmo's fierce local rivals. It seems a few Helsingborg supporters have snapped up tickets for the home section, claiming their loyalty to Rangers, adding another layer of tension to the already spicy fixture. This isn't the first time Malmo and Helsingborgs have had issues. Back in 2011, a match between the two had to be abandoned after a Helsingborgs player was attacked, so you can see why the Swedish security chiefs are a bit on edge. Around 1,000 Rangers fans are expected to make the trip, and while the light blue legions are known for their passionate support, mixing in some local rivalries always cranks up the stakes. Malmo's head of security, Peter Narbe, seems to be on alert but is trying to stay measured, pointing out that just because Helsingborg's fans will be in the mix, it doesn't automatically mean trouble. That said, they'll be keeping a close eye to ensure everything goes off without a hitch. For Rangers, they'll be hoping the focus stays on the football as they kick off their Europa League campaign, but this extra bit of drama could make for a feisty atmosphere in Sweden. Andrew McKinley has confirmed he's never been approached by Rangers regarding the vacant CEO position at Rangers. Over the summer, reports suggested the Hearts boss had emerged as a potential candidate to replace James Bisgrove. However, McKinley has firmly stated that no discussions with the Glasgow club have ever taken place, adding that he remains fully committed to his role at Hearts. Speaking to Sky Sports, he said, "I can put it on record very clearly that I've had no conversations with Rangers, and Rangers have had no conversations with me. There have been press reports, and I have no idea where those have come from. There were reports about other individuals who were supposedly going to become chief executive, and it didn't happen either. I don't know what Rangers' plans are for the future, but I wish them all the best in their search. I am absolutely focused on my job with Hearts and will continue to give it my utmost going forward." Meanwhile, McKinley admitted his surprise that no transfer bids were received for Lawrence Shankland over the summer. After the striker bagged 31 goals last season, Hearts had braced themselves for serious interest. However, with Shankland out of contract next summer, McKinley acknowledged that this could well be the forward's last season at Tynecastle. He explained, "The last offer we made was rejected, so there's no current offer on the table. Obviously, if his advisors or Lawrence himself wanted to speak to us, we'd be open to that conversation." There was no interest in the summer, which surprised me considering Lawrence's performances last season. But I wasn't disappointed. Far from it. I'm delighted he's still with us for this season, and I'd be even happier if he stayed longer. I don't see there being any decisions to make in January. It looks like Lawrence will see out the final year of his contract, but if there's an opportunity to have a conversation about extending his stay, I'd welcome it. Chris Boyd has praised Rangers' summer signings, but he remains skeptical about one recent addition, Robin Proper. Boyd, a legend at Rangers, sees some of Philippe Clement's new recruits as key to Rangers' resurgence after a tough start to the season. The summer window saw 11 new faces come through the door at Rangers, while long-serving stalwarts like Connor Goldson, Borna Barisic, Ryan Jack, and John Lundstrom bid farewell. Though it was a bit rocky at the start, Rangers are starting to hit their stride, winning 4 of their last 5 games without conceding a goal, a streak that includes a 3-0 win over Dundee in the Scottish League Cup quarter-final. Cyril Desires, who bagged a brace in that game, praised his partnership with Nadim Bajrami, who assisted one of his goals with a fantastic right-footed cross. Boyd, reflecting on the match, also highlighted the impressive displays from both Bajrami and left-back Jefte. Jefte, signed for around £3.5 million, was brought in to replace Barisic, a tall order by any stretch. Yet Boyd is full of praise for the new fullback, noting his creativity and technical prowess, reminiscent of his idol, Real Madrid's Marcelo. Boyd commended the unbelievable balls Jefte fires into the box, already proving himself a steal in recent transfer windows. Alongside Bajrami and Jefte, Boyd also sees promise in 21-year-old forward Hamza Igamani. Though still finding his feet in European football after arriving from Morocco, Igamani has shown flashes of talent, with the potential to develop into a key player. Connor Barron has already cemented himself as a midfield leader, while Vaclav Cerny, despite an inconsistent start, has had moments of brilliance, living up to the special praise he once received from Erik ten Hag. However, Boyd remains unconvinced by Robin Proper, the former FC20 captain, especially after a shaky debut in which he scored an own goal against Motherwell. While Rangers have kept clean sheets in 4 of their last 5 games, Boyd feels Proper has yet to prove he is an upgrade on Goldson, the dependable center-back he replaced. Boyd is generally optimistic about Rangers' progress, though he believes there's still a lot to do. For Rangers going forward, there's enough there to create opportunities, he said. This current form is a building block. The next step is 3 points in Europe on Thursday night and then a win against Hibs. It's step by step. You've got to rebuild that confidence. Rangers head to Malmo for their Europa League opener before returning to Rangers to face Hibernian. Tom Lawrence has reportedly been in discussions with Craig Bellamy about a possible return to the Wales squad, according to Phil Cadden. Bellamy, exploring all available options for player selection, is considering recalling the Rangers midfielder, whose last appearance for his country was in 2021. The 30-year-old Lawrence has expressed his desire to return to international duty, and his recent performances for Rangers could strengthen his case. With 2 goals in his last 3 league games, including a crucial winner against Dundee United, Lawrence is hitting form at the right time. Wales, still searching for a player to fill the gap left by Gareth Bale's retirement, could benefit from Lawrence's experience and resurgence. While he isn't expected to replicate Bale's impact, Lawrence's inclusion could bring some much-needed creativity and quality to the squad. Despite rumors earlier in the summer that Lawrence might be moved on as part of Philippe Clement's squad overhaul, the midfielder has remained at Rangers, keeping more high-profile names like Nedim Badrami out of the number 10 role. Badrami, who joined Rangers for just over £3 million from Sassuolo on deadline day, has been deployed on the wing rather than his favored central position. For now, Lawrence appears to have cemented his spot in Clement's plans. As long as he maintains his current form, his chances of a return to the Wales fold seem increasingly likely.